Hey, welcome back to the challenge. I'm here again with Heidi today. We're going to work on upward facing dog and revisit chaturanga a little bit today. Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online shop, then try Squarespace. There's a link below to get 10% off on whatever service you need. So that's pretty cool. Today we're going to start off in child's pose. Okay, so in child's pose, have your knees just wide enough for your ribs to fit in between. Bring your knees in just a little bit more. There you go. Good, and let the side body start to lengthen through the reach of your arms, like you're getting more space between your hips and your ribs. Okay, so for today's class, we will be using a strap. We're also going to use a couple of blocks. Take downward facing dog now. Come on up and stretch back. Then walk your hands back to your feet. Let your head drop. Bring your hands onto your hips and come all the way up to stand. Okay, let's do a little bit of this strap work to start off. You've never done this before, I don't think, so I'll walk you through it. So you're going to take this strap, here you go, take that, and you're going to put it right at the base of the back of your skull, like this, and then just kind of at the bottom of your ear, so it's not on your ear, that might hurt. And then you're going to take the strap at the base of your skull, press down through your heels, draw your navel into your spine and up, and then start to lift as you make your chest look up and your gaze starts to go up. Start to lift the back of your skull off of your butt with your hands. Good. And then lift your chest up even more towards the ceiling. And the more and more that you lift your chest up, you're lifting from this place at the back of your skull. You're letting the strap do the work. But you're feeling that the neck can go into extension, that as it's moving into the curve, it's getting longer, instead of just Pez dispensaring back and jamming your neck. So keep lifting up from the upper chest, letting the neck go into extension, and then slowly come back to center. Good. Then stretch your arms out at the side. And bring your arms up to shoulder height now. Turn the thumbs to point back. And as you externally rotate your arms, start to lift your chest like you were just doing. And then start to look up as if you're being lifted from the strap again through the neck. And then join the palms all the way together. Go all the way up. Make the biggest arc that you can with your arms, as much space as you can get as you go up. And press the palms together now. Look out ahead because arms are coming in. And then bring your arms all the way down to your side and stand all the way down to your side and stand in mountain. Okay, like snow angel arms. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale the arms out to the side. Externally rotate, lift the chest and start to look up. Make the biggest arc that you can with the arms. Look up and touch the palms, but keep lifting up. Don't let the head hinge back. Keep lifting up through the back of the skull like you're on the strap. And then arms back out at the side, in reverse, next to your hips. One more time, like you're getting pulled up from that neck strap. Stretch the arms out to the side. Lift the chest up. Keep lifting through the back of the skull as you look up. And then bring the palms, but don't let the neck hinge. Keep going up, 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 and then arms to your side, mountain pose. Good. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, lengthen yourself out. One hand print at a time, walk out into plank pose. Hold in plank with the shoulders right over the wrists. Pause there. Now raise your right leg up 1 inch. Hold. Then change legs, raise your left leg 1 inch. Set that foot down, stretch back to down dog. Then one hand at a time, walk all the way back. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen out. Exhale, fold deeper. Reach down through your feet. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms. Look out head, lift up from the back of the skull. And release your arms at your side. Good, one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Walk out one handprint at a time. Good, then raise the left leg up 1 inch. Don't let the hips twist. Steady. Change legs, raise the right leg up 1 inch, strong in your core. Then set the knees down, and just when you thought you wouldn't have to do it again, it's back. The chaturanga on the block torture. Set the pelvis down onto the blocks. You can have one block for your thighs, the other block for the top of your pelvis, frontal hip bones. Okay, then just let the chest lower to the floor. So the toes are curled under, heels are pressing like they're up against the wall. Then bring the hands all the way back underneath the elbows so that the wrists are right in line at the elbows. Okay. Firm the legs, lift your belly, and then lift your chest up like there was a block for your chest too. And hold there. The elbows will want to pinch in. Don't let them pinch, just reach them straight back. And spread the collarbones and the tops of the blades as you hold. This is perfect, great job. Maybe lift your chest just 1 more inch. Good. Knit the floating ribs in, strong in your core. Then lower your chest back down. Take a breath. Okay, let's do that one more time. Lift your chest back up to block height. Elbows are pointing straight back, not squeezing in for dear life. Use the strong muscles in your chest. And then lower your chest back down. Good job. Okay, stretch back to down dog. Then walk your hands back to your feet. And come all the way up to stand. All right, stand in mountain pose with your arms at your side. Okay, so when we stand with the arm dull, it'll kind of like bend and roll inward a little bit. So this is just like hanging out arm. Heidi's got more of like extended arm. So we can start to open up the shoulder and the chest by how we stretch the arm. Because like this is like dull chest shoulder with the arms just hanging. So as you lift from your outer side chest so that the upper chest is lifting, start to stretch from the backs of your shoulders down the backs of your arms to your fingers. And that makes the arms much more energized. It will also help with the lift of the chest. Lengthen through the backs of the arms, through the fingers to the floor. Okay, you got it. Then fold forward and walk back out into plank pose. Then lie down onto your belly. Point your toes back and position your hands back into the chaturanga position. So the hands are just at your waist, wrists right underneath the elbows. Okay, I want to just make sure you can see this. Ollie, come over here, okay? All right, so as you open up the hand into the mat, make a bigger handprint on the mat. Make sure the elbows aren't pinched in. Start to roll the chest up into low cobra. The inner thighs spin up to the ceiling. The legs are active. So keep that stretch in your legs, and then as you're holding in cobra, start to press into the hands without the shoulders rolling inward. Keep the collarbones broad, and then start to roll yourself up. Think like a snake, like you're going to use your spine strength and your core strength to roll up. Then roll up a little bit more. Keep rolling like a snake using your spine and core strength. A little bit higher now. And now stretch the arms all the way straight. Come all the way up. Roll the shoulder head up and back. Let the blades plug onto the back. And then once you get that shoulder head to turn, the blade to plug onto the back, then stretch the back of the arm as much as you can. Bless you. Stretch the back of the arm more. Come on, stretch the back of the arm to open up the chest. And then stretch back to down dog. Bless you. Very sneezy. Then step your right foot up by your right thumb. And come up for warrior one. Turn your back heel down. Lift your belly. Good. Bless you. Bring your hands down. Step back to down dog or out of vinyasa. Step your left foot, warrior one. Inhale, come up. Bring your hands back, step back to down dog or take a vinyasa. From down dog, bend your knees and look forward. Jump or step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into chair pose, bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana, root into your heels, strong in your legs. Good, hold here, 5 breaths. Rotate the outer upper arms forward. Let the soles of the feet open, the toes stretch forward instead of cling. Then come all the way up to stand. Keep your arms up. And bring your hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step your left leg back, but just a mini step back. Just like 3 feet, maybe 2.5 feet. Then lower your back knee down. Bring your hands to your right knee and upright yourself. Okay, so for this next stretch, instead of going deep into the lunge, sinking your hips towards your right heel, that was awkward. Bring your hips back over top of your left knee and then send your left arm forward. Okay, good. If you feel like you're on a tightrope and your balance isn't steady, wiggle your right foot over to the right some. That's fine. Okay, now plug your navel in. We're gonna stretch the psoas next. Tuck your buttocks towards the back of your knee as you pull your belly up. I'll never say that usually, to tuck the buttock in any other pose. But in this stretch, we're gonna use that tuck. Then lift your left arm up. Keep tucking your buttock to the back of your left knee as you pull your belly up. If you're very tight here in your psoas, you'll be able to feel a stretch in the front of the hip. If you're not very tight there, you won't feel much stretch. But keep the buttock tucked. And then if you need to move your pelvis forward an inch to get into the stretch, do it. Then in the last part of the stretch, you're going to side bend over to your right, keeping the stretch through the front of the pelvis and the psoas, which connects from your inner front hip bone all the way up into the side of your spine. Breathe into there. Come back up. Good. Slowly release the tuck of your butt and your arm, and then change sides. Left foot forward, right knee down. Yeah, and then bring the hips back over top of the right knee. Left foot over to the left a little if you need to for stability. Before you take your arm forward, balance yourself, head, shoulders, tuck your buns to the back of your knee and pull your belly up. Then send your right arm forward. And start to raise your arm up as you stretch from the front of your hip down into your shin. Take your arm all the way up. And keep lengthening the buttock flesh towards the back of the knee as you lift up the front of the pelvis. Reach past your fingers. Okay, now keep that stretch and start to side bend over to your left. Good, then come back up and release, stretch back to down dog. Then step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale, come up. Five breaths here. Create more space from that front left hip, just like we practiced in the psoas stretch. Grow tall through there as you stretch through your back foot. Then bring your hands to your hips, straighten your right leg, and step your back foot a little closer for Parsvottanasana. Roll your shoulders back and inhale. Exhale, start to tip forward halfway out over your leg. Then you can put the fingertips on the block and work the flat back variation, or fold all the way forward and put your hands down. If you're very tight in the hamstrings though, I recommend the flat back on the block variation. But if you're able to get nice, even forward bend movement from your spine, like you feel the whole spine participating in it, then you can keep the right leg straight and fold all the way. Otherwise you can bend or come up on blocks. Okay, we're gonna link one more pose here. Come up on your fingertips. Put your left hand on a block right against your big toe. Put your right hand on your hip, left arm straight. Now start to turn your chest open, twisted triangle. Lengthen out through the midline at the same time. So keep lengthening straight out like the sharks with the laser beams. See a few days ago, corny joking. And then maybe take your right arm up to the ceiling if you're steady. Good. Bring your hand down, step back to down dog or take a vinyasa. Then step your left foot for warrior one. Inhale, come up. Bring that foot over to the left just a little. Good. Okay, so that tight psoas will start to pull your lower back forward and down, and it'll make you sink into your lumbar. So lift your back bottom ribs as you breathe space through the front of your hip, through the stretch of your back leg. Get taller through your ribs. Then hands to hips. Straighten your left leg and step your back foot a little bit closer. Roll your shoulders back and inhale. Exhale, tip forward, halfway. Pause. Then navel the spine to protect your back and go all the way into the pose, whatever variation, block, bent knee. Take 5 breaths there. 2, 3, keep drawing that left hip crease up and back, that looks great. 4, 5. Now inhale, flat back, come up onto that block, tall block against your big toe. Put your left hand on your hip. Keep drawing your left hip crease back as you elongate through your spine. The tail reaches straight back, crown reaches straight ahead. And then start to turn your ribs in your chest. Keep connecting into your back heel. Then take your left arm up once you're steady. Move these right ribs towards your right hand, forward and down. The back right ribs, that is. And then fold forward. Go ahead, put your hand down. Let your head drop. Step back to down dog or take a vinyasa. Okay, cool. Shift into plank. Let's work the core a little bit. Shift into plank and then set your elbows down onto the mat. Did you just do it the cheater way? Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. If you have to do it the cheater way. Okay, now to protect your shoulder, angle your left arm in a little and then roll into side plank on your left elbow. Press through your heels and lean your head back into alignment with your spine. Turn your right hip forward, right up on top of your left. Change sides, right elbow down, left arm up. Good. Lean that head back, left hip right up on top. Cinch in your middle. Spread those back ribs. Good, then left elbow back down. Now walk into down dog on your forearms. Clasp your hands, and let's practice the inversion preparation we learned a bit ago. Turn those inner armpits forward. Balance the shoulders right over the elbows. Then bring your right knee up to your chest. And lift your hips up higher as you pull that knee up. Stick the butt up in the air. Change legs. Take your left leg up. Lift from your waist though. Lift the waist to stick the butt up. Pull up higher. Press those forearms down. Turn your shoulders externally. Good. Set that foot down. Lower your knees down and rest in child's pose. Great job. Okay, now lie down onto your back for back bends. Bring your heels close to your buttock, feet hip distance apart. Press your heels down, lift your hips up, bridge pose. Interlock your hands and roll up onto the tops of your shoulders. Press the upper arms down, lift the chest. And just feel the connection between the stretch of the arms and how it can help you to open up your chest. Good, then lower your hips back down. And we're going to learn the preparation for the hands for Urdhva Dhanurasana. So put your hands next to your ears, right underneath your shoulders. And then see if you can point your index finger. Excuse me. Holly, you gave me your sneezes. Okay. So position your hands and point your index finger straight down towards your hips.
Fix my hair.
Okay. If you have hair in the way, you have to adjust the hair out of the way. Got it? Okay, now once the index finger is pointing down, your elbows will want to splay out to the side. So turn your elbows in so they point straight back without your collarbones narrowing. Still spread your collarbones at the same time. Good, so see if you can keep this, make a bigger handprint on the mat. So a lot of this is coming back to what we've been working on the last few days, just opening up your hands, wrists, forearms, and your shoulders, just to be able to get into the shape. So feel that you first have that foundation, just the hands. Then maybe lift your hips up. See if you can lift the hips up, but do the elbows swing out when your hips go up? Bring the elbows back in. Let the neck lengthen, widen your collarbones again. And now push weight into the hands like you're gonna lift without the elbows splaying out. Keep that right elbow in. And then lower yourself back down. Good. One more time. Position your hands. Open up the hands, turn the elbows in, spread the collarbones, and maybe lift your hips up. Hold there. And now start to reach into the hands like you're gonna lift up. And then lower back down. Good job. Hug your knees into your chest. So that's the foundation work for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Then take happy baby. Did you get over it? You don't want to do it anymore. Then take happy baby. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Urdhva Dhanurasana?
No, happy baby.
Wait, come on.
Sorry about that. Okay, so in happy baby, your knees are bent and your feet just point straight up to the ceiling. Then hug your knees into your chest. Roll yourself up to seated. And cross your legs and fold forward. For this one, if you can rest your forehead on a block, go ahead and do that. Tall, medium, flat block. If your forehead, someone like commented like, I can't fold forward like that. No worries, just put your hands in front of you and see over time how much your spine can go into flexion while letting your knees drop down. Then come back up and change the cross of your legs. Fold forward. And inhale, come back up. And lie down onto your back for corpse pose. And gently bend your knees and roll over to your right side. Press yourself up to seated. Sit up tall with your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. All right, so again, the concept that we're working with this week so far has been brahmacharya, which is kind of just gauging your energy flow, making sure not to have excess energy flow through your practice. You're learning how to harness life force energy through your body, and hopefully at the end of your practice, you feel light and more energized, like you've let go of things that you don't need to be holding on to help with that flow in your body. So we just want to honor that throughout the day and find ways of living that are helping to encourage that in our body so that we can be giving to others, we can fully be present for, showing up in life, ready, feeling our best, and being able to give. So that's what that's all about. Make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of today's video. And also, again, this video is brought to you by Squarespace. If you need a site, domain, whatever, click on the link below and you'll get 10% off for the year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.